Hi everybody. I hope this looks as relaxing as it is. Got my wind chimes going and breeze in the trees and birds chirping, and my dogs are over here just chilling, digging in the dirt. Um, so yeah, this is not my most sophisticated video ever. If this looks relaxing, that's because it is. Today is Sunday, July 28th, 2019. I started to make a video yesterday because yesterday was the 38th anniversary of my mother's death. And I've started to call that day my yellow ribbon anniversary because 38 years ago on that day, I came home to yellow tape all around the house. And that yellow tape has kind of transformed for me over the years into a day of remembrance. 3 years ago yesterday, I actually recorded my very first video for my YouTube channel, and that was the start of what became a pretty strong social media campaign towards trying to solve the East Area Rapist Golden State Killer case. And as most of you already know, that actually happened. We raised public awareness, media got wind of it, investigators really caught the fire and really dug in and worked so hard. And thanks to the miracle of DNA technology, our case was solved. And that's been 15 months ago. D'Angelo was arrested April 24th of 2018. So 15 months ago, my journey shifted gears dramatically. And so now, this past year, this past 15 months, my life has really changed in a lot of ways. At first it was this huge sense of relief and gratitude, and I was just in awe of the miracle that we finally had the truth. And then I went through a phase that was pretty difficult because I had lots of memories, lots of trauma coming back to me in very, very vivid ways. And I spent the last year or so just really dealing with that, just a little bit of counseling, but mostly just getting back to what's real, getting back to the three-dimensional people in my life, spending more time with my husband and my children and my grandchildren and our ever-growing family, which is really super cool. And just focusing on home life and work and relationships. And so I'm really, really grateful just for the way life is working out. Our path is not over, obviously. I don't want to talk a whole lot about this stuff, but obviously there's still a lot of work to do. The Golden State Killer trial is still in its preparation. Prosecution is still gathering and handing over discovery to the defense team, and I'm sure they are still scrambling, even over a year later, to get caught up on what the case entails. Hopefully we'll enter a pre-trial phase fairly soon, and then actually get to a trial at some point. And I want to say again publicly, I've said this in other places, I am just grateful and fully supportive of the district attorneys. I'm grateful that they have consolidated the case into one big, they're calling it the super trial, one big super trial with 6 different counties with charges, so 6 different district attorneys with teams. That trial is going to take place in Sacramento, California, and that they are pursuing the death penalty in the charges in the charges where it is applicable and appropriate. And certainly warranted in this case. So the district attorneys have my full support. I also need to mention my sister survivors, the sister survivors of the Golden State Killer. We have a lot of work to do. We're writing books, we're working on other media projects, maybe some podcast opportunities, maybe some television opportunities. But really we want to get into a place where we are networking with other survivors who have gone through similar things to what we've been through, either as sexual assault survivors or surviving family members of murdered victims. We want to provide a support system, and so we're kind of exploring ways that we can do that. One more thing I need to mention is that something that's really heavy on my heart right now is the publicly accessible database, gedmatch.com. And there are others similar, but the solving of our case came about because of genetic genealogy. And those websites are so vital for crime solving, for identifying John and Jane Does. So a mission that is just really important to me right now is to see that we can build up the database of people who are willing to have their DNA material accessible to law enforcement for crime solving and for identifying the lost. So you're going to hear, some of these. My hand is cramping. Give me just a second. You're going to hear about some of these newsworthy kinds of things. Also, the death penalty is, it's very controversial right now. And as you might have guessed, I am in support of the death penalty. Not that I necessarily want to see D'Angelo executed, but I believe that that obviously this case is setting precedent, that if there ever was an individual who deserved to be charged with a death penalty kind of an offense, obviously D'Angelo fits into that mold. So why would we not? Why would we not pursue it? So I'm not going to get into that debate here, but I just want to let you guys know there are things that we need to take care of. The backlog in rape kits. Can you imagine how many cases could be solved if the DNA off of the shelves of dormant rape kits was just tested? Can you imagine how many victims would actually see some justice? So my motto, in case you haven't seen it yet, my personal motto is justice for all, and I've got a logo there that I have on some of my own clothing. I'm going to put it on tote bags and T-shirts. So look for that, justice for all, something that I just firmly believe in, that we need to be helping each other in seeking justice for the wrongs that have happened in our lives. So anyway, I want to say a huge thank you right now to my husband and to my parents and to my children and to my grandchildren, to my coworkers, to my church, to my sister survivors. So many people who have just really, really taken me in, not just the past, 15 months or the past 3 years, or the past 30 or 40 years. I've been really, really blessed with this huge support system. And I don't know, y'all hear the birds? This is so cool. All the birds up here in my great pecan tree over my head. Man, what a good way to spend a Sunday afternoon. I took time out from playing games with my daughter and my grandson. We're inside playing board games after church today. Yesterday I got a motorcycle ride in. We're planning my birthday party for next weekend. So life is actually pretty darn good now that I've taken a step back from being online 24/7. And I do still touch base in the pro boards and on Reddit and of course, here on YouTube, on the Facebook pages, Twitter. I'm still involved a little bit there, but and I'm writing a little blog. But I'm not obsessed like I used to be. I'm actually in a pretty peaceful place. So I want to just thank whoever's watching this. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for sharing my journey, because I feel like the work that we're doing right now, it's not like earth-shattering, save the world kind of work, but there are things we need to share, things we need to help each other through. So anyway, Mom and Greg, I miss you still. But I made it through my yellow ribbon anniversary this year in one piece. So anyway, everybody have a great day. I love y'all. Take care.